Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys the assembly and product review of this limited edition Arcade1Up Marvel Superheroes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. Welcome back everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed the assembly process. As for me, I definitely had a lot of fun putting it together. A couple things to know is, first off, I did notice that as far as the parts go, it didn't seem like it had too much compared to the Star Wars one that I did last time. And the second thing too is that, well, I actually made a slight little mistake, which I happened to fix pretty easily, is that the base portion I actually had backwards because I was kind of looking at the instructions upside down. But other than that, like I said, the assembly process was pretty straightforward, fun, and the only difficulty that I really had was removing the plastic off the control panel here, because there's a covering that goes over your control panel to protect your paint from chipping, and also taking the plastic off the screen. That's really about it. So other than that, some of you guys might be kind of curious, what's the difference between the standard version, which is $300 by the way, compared to this one, which is the limited edition, which is $400 and exclusive to Arcade1Up's website? Well, these are going to be the main differences here. First off, the limited edition is actually numbered to only 8,000 made. This one here, which you do get a certificate of authenticity, is number 5,017 out of 8,000. So hopefully you guys can see it within the bag. It's actually a sealed bag, so if you're someone who's like a really big collector, you know, stuff like this caters to you a lot, then you can go ahead and keep it sealed, take it out, put it in a frame, whatever it is that you want to go ahead and do. The other big factor coming into the difference of price tag here is this one actually has the light up marquee while the other one does not. And I will point this out is that compared to the Star Wars one, the Star Wars one as far as colors go really pops out. This one, I mean the colors seem fine, they just don't really pop out like this one. Like when I look at this one, I love this one more than that, just like how it looks color wise, image wise. But again, this one is definitely not too bad. I just like it when it lights up because it gives you that nice arcade feeling. If you don't care for the light up marquee, then it's not going to be a big deal for you. Next up is the T-molding around the cabinet. The base version is actually in the color scheme of blue, while the limited edition version actually has it in yellow. And I feel like the yellow one helps make this pop out a lot. I mean, granted, I do like the color blue, but I feel like the yellow one just fits perfectly with this cabinet and the overall color scheme that goes along with it. Next up, you're also getting a riser. Now, it's not just your basic plain riser. This is actually a themed riser to go and match with your cabinet. It's got the nice artwork going all the way around, the title, the comic book effect, which is pretty neat. And of course, last but not least, you are also getting Sanwa arcade sticks and buttons. While the basic cabinet uses whatever it is that they may use, some people say they're cheap knockoffs or whatever the case may be, these are legit Sanwa arcade stick and buttons. There are other YouTubers who've taken the control panel part that will show you the inside of this, which I'm not going to go ahead and do because, again, I already have it currently put together. But that's basically going to be the main difference there. Like I said, you got the price tag, you got a certificate of authenticity, the marquee, the color trim, Sanwa buttons, and a themed riser. That's the only difference between the two, so you can go ahead and pick which one's going to be best for you. Now, overall, what do I think of this cabinet? This is definitely one of my favorite cabinets because, one, it has probably pretty much my favorite game of all time, which is the Marvel Superheroes. Actually, just any variation of Marvel Superheroes, Marvel vs. Capcom, all these different things. I was really hoping to have like an Arcade1Up bundle where you have Marvel Superheroes and then Marvel vs. Capcom and all those other fighters all into one. But you know what? This one is not half bad. The other games that you get with it is X-Men Children of the Atom and The Punisher. So 3 games in total for this cabinet. The base version is the same thing. And the buttons here, as far as the Sanwa sticks and buttons go, feel really good. Feel like I'm straight at the arcade once again. And I also really like this control panel here. The control panel, along with the display here, has got these really cool comic book snippets all the way around, which, as far as detail goes, is really cool. And I also like it here that obviously on the control panel, it tells you, okay, your top section is going to be your variations of punches, while the bottom one is going to be your variations of kicking. Now for me, when it comes to playing these games, I'm not someone that knows all the combos and stuff like that like most people do. I'm more of an arcade button masher, so I just keep pressing buttons until I do something cool, which half the time it actually quite works. Obviously, in a tournament wise, I would be getting my butt kicked, but you know what? As long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters. Also, too, even on the control sticks all the way around, which does use the bat tops, by the way, not the round ones, is that it actually pretty much points out, you know, this is the crotch, this is to go back, flip, all that fun stuff. So it basically tells you all of that it does, which I think is great. And overall, after playing this for a good solid 2.5 hours, I pretty much don't really have any complaints. The artwork on the side here is pretty cool with Thanos there with the Infinity Stones. I did notice that the artwork actually does not reach all the way towards the top, which I haven't really looked at the original arcade cabinet, so if that's the case, then it's probably sticking true to that. I just wish the artwork would go all the way to the top personally, but that's just really about it. It's the only gripe that I have about it. But like I said, I mean, you got your on and off switch, you got your volume gauge with the dual speakers, and yes, for the volume gauge, it's using the updated versions like all modern cabinets are now when they release, where you could go ahead and toggle between low volume like it is now. You might barely be able to hear it, and you could even crank this up again with the dual speakers. It's definitely going to be nice and loud. But like I said, overall, I think this is a great deal. Whether or not if the $400 version is going to be for you, you have to ask yourself that question. For one, do you like limited edition items? Do you like the certificate of authenticity? Do you like the light up marquee color scheme? Maybe the better buttons? If so, maybe go for this one. If you are a little bit more on a budget and you just want to kind of get it here and now without having to wait for the mailing process and all that and possible damage during shipment, then you can go ahead and get the cheaper one at $300. So before I end off with this video, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch some gameplay. But overall, what do I think? I think this is a great cabinet. Highly recommend for sure. Whether it's the limited version or the standard edition option, I think this is going to be a great cabinet to add to your personal collection. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next review.
Round one. Fight! Tornado claw. Real claw. Real claw. Tornado claw. Real claw. Tornado claw. Real claw. Real claw. Protected barrage. Tornado claw. Real claw. Tornado claw. Real claw. Tornado claw. You lose. Round two. Fight! Real claw. Tornado claw. Real claw. Real claw. Real claw. Tornado claw. Protected barrage. Tornado claw. Tornado claw. Real claw. Real claw. You win. Round One for JJ.